Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edgar Richette Proman, and today I'm going to talk about the significant impact of data collection and targeted advertising, particularly focusing on Los Angeles County. The basis of this discussion is drawn from Cathy O'Neil's enlightening book, Weapons of Math Destruction, which delves into the misuse of data by corporations to exploit vulnerable populations. The primary resources for this presentation include 1. Weapons of Math Destruction by Cathy O'Neil. 2. An article titled Targeted Tobacco Markets, Outdoor Advertising in Los Angeles, Minority Neighborhoods. 3. An article titled African Americans Access to Healthy Food Options in South Los Angeles Restaurants. And our second scholarly resources include references to Wikipedia for historical information on Snapchat and other relevant data, as well as Snapchat Data Breaches Full Timeline through 2023 by Catherine Reed for contemporary insights. The thesis for this project is to examine how data-driven targeted advertising perpetuates socioeconomic disparities within Los Angeles County, particularly affecting minority communities through the lens of social media apps like Snapchat. So let's get into the main body. So first, we have Understanding Weapons of Math Destruction. Cathy O'Neil's book introduces the concept of weapons of math destruction, WMD for short. Powerful algorithms used by corporations to predict behaviors and make decisions that often harm the less privileged. O'Neil's journey from a math enthusiast to a PhD holder and a quant for a leading hedge fund revealed the dark side of big data. She saw firsthand how data-driven models often led to biased outcomes, particularly against those with fewer resources.
I call them weapons of math destruction. They have 5 characteristics, which I'll tell you, because I'm a math nerd, so it's very well defined. And then I'll have time, hopefully, for 3 examples of these weapons of math destruction. And to be clear, these are algorithms that are used in all sorts of places and all sorts of industries, but they're used as a form of social control. They're not actually helping people in reality. So what are the characteristics? They're secret, they're opaque. People who are targeted by these algorithms don't understand how they work. They're also affected by them, and there's a lot of people involved. It's widespread. There's a questionable definition of success. Usually the people who are targeted do not agree with the definition of success, which is often like saving money, if it's a targeting algorithm at work. And also they create pernicious feedback loops.
Chapter 4 of O'Neil's book, Propaganda Machine, Online Advertising, highlights how companies use data to create targeted ads that often exploit the most vulnerable populations. For example, diploma mills like the University of Phoenix spend millions on Google ads, specifically targeting disadvantaged individuals with promises of better education and jobs. However, these individuals often end up in debt, further perpetuating their economic hardships. These targeted ads are a form of modern propaganda, manipulating people's choices and behaviors without their informed consent. The consequences of such manipulation can be severe, leading to financial instability and prolonged economic disparity.
All these schools want you to enroll with them. And it sounds good. Every school and every business should be out there competing for your skills and your talent and your leadership. Everything that you've shown in uniform. But as some of your comrades have discovered, sometimes you're dealing with folks who aren't interested in helping you. They're not interested in helping you find the best program. They are interested in getting the money. They don't care about you. They care about the cash.
Since its founding in 2011 in Santa Monica, California, Snapchat has become a major player in data collection and targeted advertising. Despite its promises of disappearing messages, Snapchat retains all user data, which it regulates to generate targeted ads. This practice raises significant privacy concerns, as highlighted by reports of Snapchat employees abusing their access to spy on users. In 2019, it was revealed that Snapchat employees had used their access privileges to view users' messages, location information, phone number, and email addresses. This blatant disregard for user privacy underscores the potential for abuse inherent in data collection practices. Snapchat's business models revolved around collecting and selling user data to advertisers who then craft highly personalized ads designed to influence user behavior. In the 1990s, tobacco companies spent millions on outdoor ads in minority neighborhoods in Los Angeles, exploiting African American communities. As detailed in the article by Stoddard et al., these companies targeted African American youth who spoke less than their white counterparts, making them a prime target for advertising efforts. This strategic targeting led to higher smoking rates in these communities, contributing to long-term health issues. The data-driven approach allowed tobacco companies to refine their marketing strategies, ensuring maximum impact. By understanding the demographic and psychographics of their target audience, these companies could design ads that resonate deeply, making their products more appealing. A study by Lewis et al. In 2005 highlighted the limited access to healthy food options in African American neighborhoods in South Los Angeles. The abundance of fast food restaurants in these areas is a direct result of targeted advertising by big corporations, perpetuating health disparities among these communities. The study showed a stark contrast between the availability of healthy food options in affluent areas compared to low-income neighborhoods. This disparity in food access is a direct outcome of targeted advertising, which prioritizes profit over public health. By flooding low-income areas with ads for unhealthy food options, corporations ensure a steady stream of customers, often at the expense of community health. Now moving on to the ethical considerations and social responsibility. The ethical implications of targeted advertising are profound. While data-driven marketing can increase efficiency and effectiveness, it often does at the expense of vulnerable populations. The lack of transparency and accountability in how data is collected and used exacerbates these issues. As consumers, we must demand greater transparency and ethical standards from companies that collect our data. Regulatory bodies should enforce stricter guidelines to protect consumers from exploitation. Companies should adopt ethical practices that prioritize the well-being of their customers over profit. The conclusion is the exploration of data-driven targeted advertising reveals a clear pattern of exploitation. From historical examples of tobacco advertising to contemporary issues with social media apps like Snapchat, it is evident that minority and disadvantaged communities are disproportionately affected. By raising awareness and advocating for stricter regulations on data usage and targeted advertising, we can work towards a more equitable society. The insights provided by Cathy O'Neill's Weapons of Math Destruction serve as a call to action. It is crucial to understand how data can be weaponized and to push for changes that ensure data is used ethically and responsibly. Together, we can challenge the status quo and promote practices that uplift rather than exploit vulnerable communities. Thank you for your attention. Together, we can push for changes in advertising practices and support policies that protect vulnerable communities from exploitation. By becoming more aware and proactive, we can change the advertising culture in America and empower communities with the knowledge that they are being targeted. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something today.